Hey family, come on in. Come on in. We are on the porch. I missed you guys last week, so let's tag as many people as we can, share. You know how we do when we come on the porch. You let everybody, you speak to everybody, and let's let everybody know that we are on the porch. Come on in here. Come on, get in the room. Get in the room. We are on the porch. We are on the porch. Come in the room. When you get in here, let me know that you're there. Come on in the room. Come on, come on. I missed you guys last week and I can't wait to catch up a little bit. So come on in the room. Come on in here. Come on. Come on in the room. We are here. Come on in the room. Y'all know how we do when we get on the porch. Let's greet everybody in the comments area. Speak to everybody. But we on the porch. We're ready. We're excited about to have a conversation. I missed you guys last week. Things happen. You know, sometimes we have to pivot and adjust, but God is still kind, and we're excited to be on the porch today. So come on, let's tag as many people as you can. I'm asking everybody when you come in to share. I'm on YouTube. Go on to YouTube and follow my channel. I'm excited about that as well. So hey, listen, let's get them in here. Good afternoon, everybody. Good to see everybody. Z, I see you on the porch, and Michelle and Elder Karen. Good to see y'all. Come on, get on the porch. We're ready to conversate on the porch. It's always a good time on the porch, so we're ready to do it. Miss you too, Z. We on the porch. Y'all come on, let's get them in this tag a little bit. It's, you know, we done been through, I didn't know what kind of weather. You know, we walked out, it felt like we were in Iceland somewhere. Then it started snowing like we was in North Dakota. And now it looks like the sun is out. You know, I don't know what we got going on. Y'all come on in. Good to see everybody that's coming in. Again, when you come in, let me know you're on the porch with me. Go ahead and share this page. Again, I'm on YouTube. You please like and follow my YouTube channel. Please like and follow my ministry page as well. I'm excited about what God is doing. He's so kind to us. But we on the porch. It's Thursday. We on the porch. So let's get him here. I'm going to give him another minute or so, and we're going to go in. One of my favorite worship leaders is on here, Minister Debbie. Good to have you on the porch. Good to have you on the porch. Let's get on. Vanna's here. That's right, Vanna. You tell Tobias to get on the porch, and we're not taking no for an answer. Get on the porch. I'm so excited. I'm so grateful to what the Lord is doing. I'm going to give it another minute, y'all, and you know how I do. We're going to go forward. We're on the porch, and I don't want to waste or hold y'all time. So listen, tag, share as much as you can. I'm excited. God is doing some amazing things, and I'm just grateful that, again, he decided to use me for some odd reason, and I appreciate him, and I appreciate what he's doing in my life. So I'm ready. I'm all in, and so I'm excited. So listen, we're gonna pray, and then we're gonna do what we do on the porch. Gracious Father, we thank you. Lord, we thank you for another opportunity to lift up your holy name, God, and do what you call us to do, God. We thank you for our grace, your grace. We thank you, God, for who you are. We ask that you would bless us on this porch, cover us. We adore you, God. Hide me behind your cross. Speak to your people, God. Encourage us. In Jesus' name, amen. So look, we're on the porch. Good to see everybody that's coming in. Again, as you come in, let me know you're on the porch. Like, share this page. Let people know we're on the porch talking. But today, I was sitting there just thinking about a few things this morning. I had my mind set on one aspect, but this morning, as I was in meditation, things changed for me. And so I think that one of the biggest things that hurts a lot of us on our journey to, I'm just going to use success, and of course, success could mean a lot of things, is that a lot of times we don't like to own our part. Like, if I could be very blunt, we're on the porch, so here we are. I think it's time for us to grow up. Can I just be blunt? We got to grow up. We often recite the verse that says, when I was a child, I thought like a child and, did things like a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish ways. But I think the issue is that we do not put away the childish ways. And, a lot of times what's hurt many of us is just not owning our part. And that's why we got to have boundaries, because I've learned that one of the biggest misconception is that the biggest enemy you have is the devil. It's not. The biggest enemy you have is you. Since I'm on porch, I might if I just talk like that, because here's the reality of it is, when the devil wants to show up in your life, he has to ask for permission. Okay, Bible readers, go read Job. Text say that he had to go before the board. And even after he went for the board, he still had to wait till God permitted it. So that suggests to me that the enemy doesn't have the power that I think he has. So, which means that the biggest enemy I have is truly me, that I'm in my own way, that I'm keeping me from getting everything that I want. Doesn't that sound like an oxymoron, that you keeping you from getting everything you want? How, didn't even make sense. But it's the truth. Because for some of us, one of our biggest problem is, watch it here. Now, I'm going to be a little spiritual here, but one of our biggest problems is we're trying to see faith instead of hearing faith. And the problem is, when you try to see it instead of hearing it, it'll convince you that because what you see, that it's not going to happen. Okay, come on the porch. And so a lot of times, like, let's just go for a career standpoint. The reason why I say that we're our worst enemies is because for some of us, what's keeping us on the bottom is we decided to stay there. And we've came up with every excuse in the book not to be a supervisor. Every excuse in the book not to go apply for another job. Every excuse in the book to stay where we are. But here's the oxymoronic part about it is, we complain about where we are. So you're complaining about where you are, but you don't want to do anything different to change where you are. Make it make sense. It's, they say insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. That's what insanity is. It's doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Well, listen, I hate to be bearer bad news, but one of the things that I've learned is that the only thing you can do the same and get a different result is call on the name Jesus. That's it. But see, the thing about it is, if God is going to be what he is to us, right? We all shout, "Ooh, God is the source of my life." Ooh, we, flip over benches and pews and chairs and all that stuff. Then why aren't we walking in the power that he gives us? Why would you settle for beating your back down When God has intelligized you, you just got to get at the right table. But see, this is where the childish part comes in. Because we keep the childish part comes in because we'll say things like that, but we'll keep doing the same thing. We'll say things like, I know the Lord is going to make me a millionaire, but we won't go out there and take a risk out of faith. We'll say, I know, God has got this for me, but we won't get up and finish school. Listen, I'm here today. I might as well. I missed last week, so I'm going in. We say, I know there's a husband with my name on it, but we won't keep our hair done, right? See, it's things like that is counterintuitive to what we're saying out of our mouth. So my question to you is, what are you hearing? Because if God, because here's the thing, though, and let me just be honest. I can't afford to be as faithful as I am to God and continue to be broke. Hello, church. I'm not going to do it, Jess. I'm not going to continue to be a faithful tither and be broken down every day of I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to continue to try to live this holy life as much as I can and still trying to rob Peter to pay Paul. It's not going to work. But the thing about it is, the Bible even says faith without works is dead. How do you expect to be a homeowner and you won't even go apply for a home loan? I'm just trying to talk to who I'm trying to talk to today. How do you expect God to bless you with millions and you don't even know how to tell yourself no from a Debbie cake? Yep, it's there. I got my tea today. It don't even matter no more. How? That's childish to me. I don't care how many times you run around the church. I don't care how many tongues you got. I don't care how many times you hit the altar. Until you decide to marry faith in your works, you're going to be where you are consistently. And some of us, the problem is, I think Elder Karen said it best, we've become too comfortable, and we've become comfortable. Watch this. We've become comfortable with being the top of the bottom. See, it goes back to our circle. It goes back to the community because we've allowed people to convince us that we've reached a capacity that is not even there. We've allowed people to tell us that this is as far as you're going to get, and that's not the truth. Why do I have to settle for pennies when God has called me to millions? Can I help somebody today? How is it? It's because we have no boundaries. And if we had boundaries, we would be able to hold ourselves. Watch this here. We'll be able to hold ourselves at the same expectations and the standards that we hold everybody else in. That's a whole different story, because it's crazy to me that we'll hold somebody else to a standard that we can't even accomplish. You got a whole expectation of a friend that you don't even have on yourself. You expect them to answer when you call and you won't even answer. You expect them to show up when you in need, but can't nobody depend on you. Hello, church. And then the reason why we got to get boundaries. Listen, I'm glad my sister Jessica's on here, because she's gonna have my back on this one. But then the problem is with a lack of boundaries is you're getting mad because you're giving something that somebody else never earned and they never asked for. But you upset because they're not grateful for it. Kelly, I'm just trying to talk to who I'm trying to talk to. Hello, church. They never asked for it. They didn't earn it, but you gave it and they dropped it. And now you mad. You in your feelings. No, I know your girl Jazz told you to pick your feelings up, but you need to leave them there and keep moving because you should have never crossed the boundary. You were out of bounds. He's a doggone boyfriend. He doesn't get husband rewards. He's a freaking boyfriend. Go out on a date, watch some movies, but that's all he gets. But when you give yourself to somebody that hadn't worked to be in that position, they're going to drop you every time. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. Too many of us have no boundaries, and we get mad. We get mad because we give ourselves, we give our diamonds to pigs, or the Bible say we give them to swine, and then we get upset at the swine because it don't appreciate the diamonds we gave them. Well, they're swine. They're not going to appreciate it. They were never supposed to get it. You have no boundaries. You upset because you wasted 2 hours on a phone call that wasn't profitable about anything. They still did what you told them not to do. And now you need help and they're nowhere to be found. Hello, church. That at what point do you look your own self in the mirror? Got to have some self-evaluation, Tobias. And you got to be able to look at yourself in the mirror, Khadijah. You got to be able to look at yourself in the mirror, Kelly, and say these words. Enough is enough. And let the chips fall where they may. See, some of us, you know what our problem is? Here it is. Some of us, Jessica, our biggest problem is that we have a disease called people pleasing. We have a disease. It's a whole disease. And the truth of the matter is, I'm telling you, it's on the same level as having cancer. That's how bad this disease is. It's called people pleasing. It's terrible. And that's why we're stuck in a place that we're stuck in. That's why we're where we are. That's why we can never get to what we shout about. It's because we don't know how to go to do what God tells us to do and let the chips fall where they may. I'm not telling you to isolate from everybody, but some of you worried about the leeches more than you worry about your Lord. It's a whole disease. Your whole life is about people pleasing. And the real problem is, Jessica, is that we've convinced ourselves that it's function. It's not function. It's dysfunctional. You've been dysfunctional for so long. You've convinced yourself that this is what functional look like. Let me be the bearer of bad news. It's not. Hello, church. You don't even eat. For most of us, if I ask the question, what do you like? You couldn't even tell me because everything you do is based on somebody else's opinion. Everything you do depends on who you're going to be with. Well, if I'm with this person, then we're going to go to a Redlands. If I'm with this person, we're going to go to Bricktop. If I'm with this person, we're going to go to Chili's. If I'm with this person, we're going to Burger King. If I'm with this person, we're going to eat at home. Everything is surrounded about other people's perspective. And the problem is you've lost your identity. And so now the issue is you don't even know that you're outside your grace. You think the devil is actually attacking you when he's not. It's just that you're outside your grace. Hello, church. I'm here. I missed last week, but I'm here now. You better get him on the porch. I'm trying to help him. If you tag him, I'll talk to him. You don't even know that you're outside your grace. You've convinced yourself that the devil is just trying to take you out. He's not. You're killing your own self because you don't know who you are. When you don't know your identity, you tend to operate out of bounds. That's why you keep dating the wrong people. That's why you keep associating with the wrong people and they keep taking and they keep taking. Why? Because you don't understand that you're out of bounds. It's not them, it's you. And let me just say this. I said that my son's on here. Kwame, love you, man. And I see my other son, Barry. Bless you, love you, dude. Listen, I said I was gonna do this, and I think I'm still gonna do it. That I'm gonna do a conversation for singles entitled "Why Am I Still Single?" Because for some of you, this is your conversation that you got to have with yourself, because you are old and 20. You hear me? You wrote these stupid lists and they did not work. You are old and 20. At what point do you throw the list away and you say, let me try something different? You've been dating the same kind of people. If we look at your history of the people you've been in a relationship, all of them got the same characteristics. All of them have broken you. The reason why you're a whole mess in these streets, because you got more holes than you are healed. You hurt everywhere, got holes everywhere, all on your heart. Because every time you give yourself to somebody, they break it. You give somebody else, they break it. You don't know what healing feels like. So at what point do you say, let me try something different? At what point do you say, I need to change my vision? I'm gonna say this, and I got to get off the ship. But you hear some of you talking. I want a bad boy. Well, a bad boy hadn't worked out for you too well, have it? Hello, church. I want a bad boy. I want this. Oh, okay, then let me know how that work out for you, because you about 0 and 20. You still not married. 3 kids, still not married. Why? Because you still looking for a bad boy. It's not for you. Wrong answer. Try again. Figure it out. Like, some of you need some hard truths like this, because your lack of boundaries is costing you more than you think. Your life is passing you by because you don't know how to stand up to yourself and say no. You don't know how to tell yourself enough is enough, but you keep playing hide and go see and you keep getting found. You ain't even a good liar, and you trying to lie. People are asking you, they can see it all on your face. How you doing? Oh, I'm great. You telling a whole lie. Why? Because you have no boundaries. You've been working the same job for 15 years and you're still living check to check. And in your mind, you believe that you're going to work 20 and that's going to be it. You can't afford to work 20 and that be it, because you're barely making it now and you're working. It's time to do something different. Quit allowing people who are broke keep you broke. You're asking broke people for advice, and all they're doing is giving you wisdom to keep you broke. You don't need to leave. You need to stay here. This is not working. I'm one paycheck away from being homeless. It's not working. You keep going back to this rascal, and every time you go back to him, he keep doing the same thing. He's not the problem. You are. Stop going back. And some of you need to quit lending the ear. If they keep going back, let them go back. But tell them, listen, if you go back, that's between you, but own it. Don't come crying to me. Deal with it. I know that's a hard pill to swallow. I get it. But that's how you grow people up. I'm sitting here telling you that this rascal is no good. I'm telling you that she ain't nothing but a gold digger, and you gonna go back. That's fine. It's your life. Live in it. But don't come crying to me, and don't make your emergency mine, because you don't have an emergency. You have a bad decision. You got to deal with it. You around here people pleasing. You trying to get your hair done, your nails done. And the worst part about it, Anissa, the worst part about it, Jessica, is that you're trying to look good for people who don't even like you. They're never gonna tell you look good. They're never gonna tell you fly. They never gonna tell you ate. They ain't gonna say anything but keep judging you. And you keep wasting your money trying to make them see you. The devil is a liar. At what point do you say enough is enough? I can do bad all by myself? Hello, church. Like you know, and some of you, and now listen to me, hear me well. I don't have a problem with therapists. I don't. Matter of fact, I told my wife this morning I was going to go see one myself. But the problem I do have is some of us use therapy as a scapegoat because we don't want to own our faults and just simply tell ourselves no. We want to go get in there and tell them all these lies and cry about all this trauma when the reality of it is we took our grown hands and our grown feet and made a grown decision, and we just need to own it. Hello, church. Some of us are being lying, and you know they used to say in the country, you'll tell a lie when the truth to do. You just lying for no reason. You keep lying to yourself. Oh, I'm good. I'm wonderful. I'm great. That's 3 lies you just told less than 10 seconds. Because you're horrible, you don't know who you are, and you feel like giving up. But you'd rather sit in that house and dwell in it and keep punishing yourself than to come out and really get out of the cycle. We've got to break the cycle. Somebody type in the comments, break the cycle. We got to break the cycle. The problem isn't that you messed up. The problem is you won't own the fact that you messed up. That's the problem. I'm just trying to help who I'm trying to help. That's the problem. It's not that the problem isn't the mistake. It's not that you failed. That's not the issue. We've all failed. We've all made mistakes. Well, there's nobody on here that will argue that that's okay. We've all messed up. But the problem is what separates some of us is that we own our mistakes. What does that look like? Can I help you? That looks like those that are married. Instead of you saying, you know what, I stand corrected, I was wrong, you would rather argue to try to prove why you were right. That's crazy. You're wrong. Just apologize. You at work all cussing folk out and stuff because you were late. And you know how we do. You late, but you want to throw everybody else on the bus. Well, you didn't write Ben up. You didn't write Keisha up. I didn't catch them. I caught you. You were late. How about you deal with the fact that you were late? Own it. It's nothing worse than somebody who won't go down by themselves. They'll take the whole ship down because of their decision. Own it. You got to grow up. We got to grow up. That's the only way we can break the cycle. That's the only way we can live in what God called us to live. We have to grow up and quit playing the same games, quit going in cycles. It doesn't work. You know what I mean? It doesn't work. Who praises God to be broke? Who shouts to starve? We do, because that's what we're doing. We go to church every week and we shout, oh, God's about to do it. It's my year. God's about to open up the windows of heaven, pour out blessing. If God be for me, greater. And we go back home and get back in the same cycle and do absolutely nothing. I don't care how many gospel songs you listen to. I don't care how many messages you listen to. My question is, when are you going to do something? Somebody type do something in the comments. I get it. You didn't finish college when you were 18 and you were in your 20s. I get it. You were trying to live your best life, live life like it's golden. I get it. But what about now? Oh, you don't understand. I got kids. What about now? It doesn't matter. See, we make excuses for things that we can execute. When are you going to do something? Mama Adrian's on here, and she doesn't even know how big of a blessing she was to me, because she had, when I met her, she had been in this hospital for a long time, and she left it because she wanted something better, to go start over. at another hospital. That blessed my entire life. I believe it was Brookwood. She was there for years. And another place offered her something better, and she wanted better because she deserved better, and she took a step out there in faith. Elder V, I call her Elder V. Her name is Virginia Thorne. Elder V is on here. She's finishing school as we speak. There's no excuses. It's only plans for execution. When are you going to plan so you can execute? Better won't come to you. You have to go to better. She said 30 years. See that? 30 years she was there and walked away from it. Better doesn't come to you. You have to go to better. You have to position yourself for better. You have to posture yourself for better. We often talk about, we got all these stories in the Bible and we articulate, but everybody in the Bible that's ever got anything from God was in their grace. They were in their grace. Are you in your grace? Are you where you can prosper? Are you where you can thrive? If not, it's time to quit playing checkers and start playing chess. You got to get in a place now where you're able to look at your life and be honest. Like you shouldn't live your whole year waiting on a refund check. Uh-oh. Hello, church. Uh-oh. Like you can't do that. And that's why some of us do it, because we're not in our grace. Are you in your grace? Listen, it's nothing wrong with working in Publix. If that's where you're working at Publix, but you ought to be the manager by now. But you won't put boundaries and learn how to shut your mouth. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were talking about how they couldn't find a job, this, that, and a third. And then I said, well, what about going here? Well, I don't want to go there because they like to tell people what to do. I said, well, what about going here? Well, yeah, they feel like they can say what they want to say. I said, well, they can because they're called supervisors and managers. If you don't like people telling you what to do, how about you become one? And then you won't have to worry about it. But until then, shut your mouth and go clock in. Like some of us have too much pride to be broke. You so prideful, but you broke. Like they don't even make sense. That's like being ugly and having an attitude. You can't be ugly and have an attitude. You ugly. You got to figure out, you got to pick your struggle. You're going to have all this pride and be broke. What do they do that at? It's nothing worse than saying somebody ugly with an attitude. You got all this ego and pride, and you coming in telling people what you ain't gonna do, but you broke. You just had to go borrow money to get gas to get here, but you coming in with all these demands. I almost called you a fool. I can't say that on Porch, but take your crazy self home. What are you doing? I mean, you ain't even got the job yet. You come in with demands. I'm not doing this. I ain't doing that. This is what I'm gonna do. Baby, take your tail back on home. And then you have the audacity to think that it's racism. It's not. Don't nobody want to deal with your stinking attitude, with your ugly self. Like we got to figure out, and that's the problem. We're so prideful, but we're broke. We got so much ego, but for more or less a word, we don't have a pot to piss in. That's what's keeping us. That's what's hurting us. When do we own it and learn how to shut our mouth? A few weeks ago, I talked about managing our mouth. I might need to bring a part 2 back. But when do we understand? It's a principle. The Bible even teaches us about, it says it's seed time and harvest. It talks about reaping and sowing. The problem is we don't want to sow anything and we want to reap everything. Oh, school is so hard. You don't know. Oh, okay, then we'll stay broke. Oh, I don't want to start over. I got 10 years in here. Oh, okay, then. Well, you just stay there and keep penny pitching. So don't cry when there is an exit and you choose not to exit, right? Don't cry about it. Just own it. That's what I'm saying. Don't cry when there's a way to better and you choose to avoid it. That's fine. It's fair. Deal with it. They talk about, there's a story in the Bible, a parable. It talks about the prodigal son. And it's probably my favorite parable in the entire Bible, because there's so much wisdom in it. Because the Bible says, your Bible says, is that the young man goes to the father one day, says, I want my inheritance. And the father, here is what's going to bless your life, gives it to him and let him go. Point taken. Some of you have got to let some people go. Let them go. You're not letting them go for good. You're letting them go for now. It's a difference. You're not letting them go for good, but you got to let them go for now. He gave the boy the inheritance and he let him go. Because what will not happen is, I'm not going to sacrifice my peace to deal with your personality. If you think you grown, have at it. If I done told you, if you live in your, I'm giving you everything you need and you still want to walk out, good day, goodbye. And the Bible says, your Bible says, the boy goes out there and he parties. He wastes all his money. He's now broke. He has to get a job working in a pig slop. And the Bible says there was a point where he was getting ready to eat whatever they was feeding him. And my favorite line is, and he came to himself. And some of y'all, this is the moment that you come to your senses and understand, I don't deserve to be out here, but I am. It sounds crazy, ain't it? Yeah, because you deserve to be sitting up high, but you out there because of your decisions. And here's the part though. The boy goes back home, but he goes back home on the plan is, I'm just going to be a servant. He doesn't want to go back because he understands that he jacked up. He owned that part, that he jacked up. I'm not trying to get back to where I left. I'm just trying to get in. Some of you, that's what makes me mad about some of us, is that people will walk out on us. They will leave us for dead, and we will let them come back in our lives like nothing ever happened. The devil is a big face lie. They have walked out on you in the worst season of your life, and you just gonna let them come back like nothing's wrong. They have dragged your name in here like a dog, and you gonna let them come back like they own. And you know what we say? We let them do it because they family. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We let them do it because they family. Oh, that's just my sister. That's the way they are. That's not an excuse. Care about that's the way you are. You better figure it out, because you don't keep getting to be that to me. You may do it to everybody else, but you're not gonna do it to me. You're not gonna treat me like dirt when you need me. I don't care about you being my sister, my brother. I love you, but the Bible never tell me I had to be a fool for you, a walking footstool. You're not gonna walk on me like a doggone mat. No. And then you're going to leave. And then you're going to come back. And I'm supposed to just be, oh, we family. And you know how they say blood. And I don't care nothing about it. The first thing we're going to do, I believe in forgiveness. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about what you did, because that can't keep happening. Yeah, I'm all for forgiveness. I don't want y'all to think that Pastor don't he on here, he don't believe. Yeah, I believe in forgiveness, but there's a proper way. There's a healthy way to heal and to be forgiven. And some of us, that's the trauma that's in our life. We have an unhealthy way of forgiving, and we just let people back in our life. We don't make them own their mistakes. We don't tell them how it made us feel. We just let them back in, and they keep doing it. No, it don't keep happening. No. When you come back and see, and here's the thing about it. When you messed over me, because here's the reality of it is, some of you have too much, and I'm not even talking about a romantic relationship, okay? I'm simply talking about a friendship, a family. You have too much to offer to allow people to waste you like they do. Do I need to say it one more time? You have too much to offer to let people waste you like they do. I mean, it's crazy. As good as you are, you letting people just do you any kind of way. It don't matter. See, some of you got to have that healthy way of saying, I don't care. What does that mean? Let me tell you something. Anybody ever been to Saks Fifth? You go in there and them shirts be $500. They don't care about people who come in there complaining. Why is these $500? Why is these jeans $300? Why is these shoes $1,000? They don't care. Why? Because you're not supposed to be in here. Go where you're supposed to be. But the people who are supposed to be with me, they're not going to get mad at my standards, because they're going to have the same standards. Like some of you can't see where you're going because you're too busy bending down trying to beg people to stay. The devil is a liar. If they want to leave, let them go. That song said, because one thing we find out, that one monkey don't stop a show. If you want to leave, go ahead. Good day and goodbye. But I promise you, you'll be back. I'm not, and let me help some of you. Quit crying about it. Just let them go and go about your life. You having a whole come apart. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get some chicken. Because what I'm not going to do is lose sleep over that. Because the truth of the matter is, for most of you, the people who you need to let go, they don't give you nothing anyway. You don't even benefit from them. That's the big problem. It'd be different if you had a hard time letting people go that help you, that you benefit, but you don't even benefit from them. You, Elder B, you hear me? Popeyes with some biscuit and hot sauce. Hello. I might go in there and take my shoes off and be sitting there under the table, rubbing my feet together, eating chicken. Not finna lose no sleep over you. As good as I've been. See, that was an interesting conversation that happened in the Bible. See, I don't want y'all to think that I'm just making all this stuff up. This is biblical things. There was a conversation in the Bible. It got pretty rough between Paul and Barnabas. That was the issue. The issue was Paul got mad at Barnabas because Barnabas wanted John Mark back in the group, and Paul said, no, that rascal left us. When we were in the storm, he left us. So he don't get to walk in the sun with us. And that's the issue with some of you. They leave you for dry and you let them come back in like they never left. No. You don't get to walk in the sun with me when you didn't stand in the rain with me. No. I'm not going to bow down to you. You are not the Lord. Uh-oh, that's a whole different conversation. Because some of us treat these people like they Jesus. They are not God. Hello, church. I don't care nothing about you not liking me. I don't care nothing about what you saying that you gonna do. Go ahead. Because the truth of the matter is, I was living before I met you, and I'm still gonna be living if the Lord delay is coming when you leave me. Good day. Hello, church. There's got to come a time that we stop bending over for everybody. Like people don't even have to earn you anymore. The devil is a liar. You got too much to offer. You can call it being conceited, you can call it arrogant, you can call it whatever you want to call it. I call it confidence in who I am. I work hard for where I am. I'm not giving it away for free. Like I gotta let y'all go, but we gotta do something different. Like we can't keep going. Here it is now. You almost 40 and you still going to the clubs. Talking about I can't wait to find, that's over. It's dead. Walk away. Walk away. You know where Boaz found Ruth? She was in her grace. She was handling business. She was getting food for her and her mother-in-law. That's what she was doing. She was in her grace, handling business. That's where Boaz found her. If she wouldn't have been tending to her business, he wouldn't have found her. Some of us, the reason why we're still single is we're in everybody else's business but ours. They used to say back in my day, mind the business that paying you, because you freeloading somebody else's business and you still broke. Hello, church. In her bag. You hear me? Like some of you would be married by now, but you won't listen to God and go back to school. You won't listen to God and apply for this job because you don't realize that who either your husband or your connection to your husband is in the place that God told you to go. But you're trying to do things the way you want to do things, and you trying to run after men. Well, that's why you ain't found one. And the ones you found ain't worth two nickels rubbed together. That's why. Because what you didn't know is you applying for the job. There was somebody else that's connected to your husband that would have told you, let's go eat one day or come to the house with the family, and you'd have met him. He would have found you. You would have met him. But you want to keep your raunch self in your comfort zone. And let me tell you something. Comatose people are comfortable. Uh-oh, Jessica. I got to work on getting me a hoodie that says, hello, church. Comatose people are comfortable. And some of us, we are walking zombies. And we keep going to all these conferences and we keep trying to get into, I'm here, I might as well. And we keep buying into all these Ponzi schemes, these get rich quick schemes. And we going to all these conferences and we ain't no better than when we started. Only thing that's changed is we became broker. Why? Because instead of us owning what we are and really making a change, we want somebody else to do it for us. It don't work that way. You hear me? It don't work that way. You can send your little $150 to all these little Ponzi companies, and you just gonna be $150 less short. That's it. You ain't gonna get anywhere. You're not gonna get up. You're not gonna move up. Why? Because that's not where your grace is. You gotta figure out where your grace is. Exactly. You're not disciplined. Ooh, y'all gonna be mad at me today, but you're not disciplined enough to work from home. You need to be in somebody's office, somebody's pie factory, because you're not disciplined. You don't do right at home. You don't do right. That's why you need to be in somebody else's office. You're trying to be comfortable. I want to be at home, but you don't do right at home. You've been trying to lose weight for 50 years. You ain't lost weight yet. Why? Because every 2 days you decide that you're gonna eat what you every 2 days is a cheat day for you. You don't need a cheat day right now. I know that you don't need a cheat day. You done had enough cheat days. You need to go as many days as you can without having a cheat day, because you need to reprogram your mind. You got to change the way you thinking. You're looking up. Watch this. You're looking up to people you should be looking at, but the reason why you're looking up to them because you're not willing to do the work to get there. Again, I don't have a problem with you working in a factory. If that's fine. But you got to ask yourself, where do I go from here? I don't have a problem. Wherever you are, that's fair. But you need to own where you are and ask yourself, where do I go from here? Is this the best I can do right now in this season? 2 questions. Where do I go from here? And is this the best I can do in this season? Yeah. Just say Ozempic got people out here. You're right. Because we don't want to do the work. Have you ever been in a fast food place? It drives me insane. My wife already knows. Lady Shay's on here. She already know. Love you, baby. But she already know where I'm about to go. It drives me insane when I go to a fast food restaurant and people, they're getting, I want the Big Mac, add bacon. I want a large fry. I want a milkshake, 2 apple pies. And then they say, I want a Diet Coke. What's the Diet Coke going to do? You might as well go ahead and get you a regular Coke. You done negated losing weight. Don't you worry about losing weight because you're going to do everything but that. But that's what we do. We try to find an easy way, and there's not one. Because the reason why you have to go through the process, watch me here, the reason why you have to go through the process to get to the promise, because the process, it's what makes you own and respect and take care of the promise more. If you abort the process, you're going to drop the promise. In the doggone restaurant, you got ketchup and mustard going everywhere but the right way. Yeah, give me a Diet Coke. Baby, don't listen to me. Go get them the sweet tea. Don't you fool with that. Y'all, we got to do better. I got to let y'all go. I got 6 minutes. I got to go. But we got to it's time to grow up. We got to set some boundaries. Like some of us will say things like, I don't have time. I'm so busy. I don't have time. We spend 7 hours and 52 minutes and 30 seconds on TikTok. Hello, church. You still there? Mic check. But we argue, I don't have time. You spent 8 hours watching your show on TV. I'm not saying that you can't have fun. I'm not saying that you can't entertain yourself. But what I am saying is everything has its own space. You can't be wasteful and save. You can't be frivolous and save. You got to have a plan. You've got to have a strategy. You've got to be able to own your wrongdoings and make sure that you're right. You're not going to be perfect. But what I am saying is that here's what we'll do. We're on a diet plan, or we say we're going to work out. We miss one day and we throw the whole month away. I mean, we miss one day and we'll throw the whole month away. Well, since I done messed up, I might as well do what? No, get up and try it again. I didn't pass this class. Sign up for another one. We ain't doing brain surgery here. I didn't get the job. Go apply for another one. That must not have been the one for you. Just because you listen to me, if you don't take anything from today, hear this. Just because you get a no doesn't mean there's not a yes. I'm just trying to help who I'm trying to help today. I'm going to say it one more time. Just because you get a no doesn't mean there's not a yes. And let me show you where I get that from. So at my house, there are several ways you can get to my house. You get in my house. You can use the key. You can use the passcode. You can use the garage to get in, the garage clicker. If I take the garage clicker and go to the door I'm supposed to use the key, it's not going to open. Does that mean I'm at the wrong house? No, it means I'm at the wrong door. I'm trying to help who I'm trying to help. My mama's on here. If I take the garage clicker and I go stand at the door that I'm supposed to put a key, passcode in, and I hit the clicker and the door don't open, it doesn't mean I'm at the wrong house. I'm at the wrong door. I don't leave the house. I just go find the right door or use the right key. That's what I'm telling you, that you might have gotten to know. It doesn't mean that you're not in the right place. You're not at the right address. You may be at the wrong door. Some of us have aborted things that were supposed to be for us because we got to know. And all the Lord was saying is not them. I'm not telling you not now. I'm telling you not them. Or I'm not telling you not ever. I'm telling you not now. Right, Jess. She said, I got a no from 2 doctors when she was trying to start a business, but then the 3rd doctor gave her a yes. Absolutely. And sometimes God is trying to preserve you and protect you. That's why you got to know. That's why you have to learn how to digest the no like you do the yes. You know how you shout about the yes? You need to shout about the no, because you don't know what the no prevented you from getting. That's what we have to see. We shout about the yes, but the reality is what I've learned, Z, is that the no helped me more than the yes did. We can shout about the yes. No, you need to shout about the no, because here's the reality is for some of us, I got to go after this, but for some of us, if we would have listened to the no, we wouldn't have kids by them now. Hello, church. Right. That no can humble you. It can humble. It's supposed to. But it's also supposed to let you know that God has got you. And just because God is giving you the promise, or he's giving you the prophecy that you're going to be rich and you're going to have this money, you're going to be married, and the list goes on. You go to one thing and it says no, it doesn't mean throw the whole dream away. Listen, it's 1 o'clock. I got to let y'all go. Last thing. Listen, it's time for us to get it together. Again, we got to own where we are. We got to ask ourselves, is this the best we can do right now? And we got to ask ourselves, where do we go from here? That's what we got to do. We got to do it. The know will grow your faith thing. Absolutely. But we got to be able to own where we are and see where we're going next. And listen, for some of us, you evaluating yourself is not about you showing pity to yourself. It's about you letting yourself know, I deserve way more than what I have. That's what it's about. It's about you letting yourself know, I deserve way more than what I have. That's it. That's what it does. And you start making plans to get there. So I'm telling you, I'm on my way out. Go back to school. Finish the degree. Go apply for the other jobs. You can always tell them no, but go apply for the other jobs. Figure out, I don't care how old you do. This is for my 40s and 50s. I get it. You done spent 20 years on a job. But what if the next 10 could double what you made in the last 20? That's what I'm saying. You could be one job away for God blessing your entire life. So let's do it. Listen, make sure you follow me. I think we got a few preaching assignments coming up. We'll post on the Facebook here shortly. Follow me. Listen, if you're anywhere near Gaston Sunday, meet me at 323 South 12th Street at Abundant Life Church. I have the honor of serving in the capacity of the preacher, and I believe God has got something in store for us Sunday. Sunday at 11, get there. Invite Lottie Dot and everybody. Get in the house. Don't watch it virtual. Be in the house. It's going down. If you're near Asheville, Greater Grace, God is moving at Greater Grace. Meet us there. Our lead pastor, Bishop Jones, will be preaching. He's on another level, and I'm excited to hear what God has for him. So y'all meet us there. I appreciate you all for being on the porch. Thank you again. I love you all. Have an amazing day, and meet me back on the porch the same time, same place next week. We out of here. Have a good day.